Anytime you can go on the road in the SEC and get a road win, it's a good thing. But especially after the tough loss at Arkansas, the kids bouncing back and fighting and competing, and just really happy to see them in the locker room and after everything they've been through, just getting that win. Injuries coming out of the game. Durante Bolden broke his foot and he's done for this season. He's a special kid. He came in with us 5 years ago. He was playing this year, already graduated. Just really proud of what he's been able to accomplish, and it is a big reason and had a lot of success while he was here. But Alex Gibbons, also offensive lineman, in the concussion protocol, so we'll find out more about him later in the week. Jordan Wilkins was probably 75 to 80% of the game, but battled through it. So hopefully we'll have him for this week. And then defensively, Austrian bruised his lung last week in practice, was not able to make the trip. But he's day to day, and then Jalen Julius is also in the concussion protocol. Just watching a little bit on Louisiana Lafayette, was very impressed with their interior defensive linemen. I thought they're very active offensively. They took the red shirt off of a quarterback who could really run. So we'll have just watching a little bit of tape on him. Last week only got one game against South Alabama to look at, but he's very mobile and does a good job with the zone read, and got a lot of respect for Coach Hudspeth and for Coach Hall. I know both those guys for a long time, so looking forward to a great kickoff, getting back at home at Vaught Hemingway.
All right, raise your hand if you have a question.
Matt, these are two pretty emotional games. The past 2 weeks now, you have this game where you're heavily favored to win, and it's an 11 a.m. game. How do you avoid the come down or sluggish game on Saturday?
Well, I think the biggest thing is we have 17 days left guaranteed together, and we got to make the best of each one of those 17 days. That's what we talked about in the locker room after the game. And with this young team only having 12 seniors, we talk about, hey, look, we're learning. We're learning how to get better. We're learning how to win. You keep putting yourself in position to win games, you're going to win your share. And I think we just talk about getting 1 week better and taking advantage of all 17 days that we're guaranteed left together.
Matt, when you talk about these guaranteed days and now November being here and the end in view, how do you separate coming to work every day and not thinking about the coaching search?
The players, man, all the stuff that these players have been through. I mean, that's why you do what you do. What these players have been through, and how hard they get up and they keep fighting each week. And I think every week it's motivating them, because I think everybody says, when's this team going to quit? I think after the Arkansas game, everybody's like, well, they're just going to lay down, but they just keep showing up and they keep fighting. So it's just awesome to be a part of this team. We talked about Friday night about being grateful for this team and how much they stuck together, and it's just very rewarding to see those guys have an opportunity to go on the road and get a big win like that, and you can see it in their faces. But that's where the focus is on those players and how much they've stuck together through this.
Does the future creep into your mind at all?
Well, I mean, you can't let it. I mean, you want it to. That's just obvious. It's a dream of yours as you're a little kid, but you just have to focus. You have to. I told my dad, you always just got to do the best job you can where you're at, and things will take care of itself.
Questions?
Coach, Jordan Talbot, 31 to 40, 380 yards, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. How did his play and his consistency kind of affect the rest of the offense and the way you guys call plays on Saturday?
It's it's almost to the point where it's just after you wouldn't believe that was his second start, especially the way he led that last drive. So just very impressive. I think he's earned the respect of the guys in the locker room, and just the big thing he said was no turnovers. I mean, he was calm in the pocket. I think we gave up a sack on the first drive. He didn't get rattled, and you're on the road. And just very impressive, and just a lot of credit to him and Coach Longfellow.
Man, Cedric Woods, I don't think he traveled. He didn't play this past weekend.
No, he did. Yeah, he did play.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see
He
him
did play. He was in concussion protocol, didn't get to practice much, but he did play.
So he's back.
Yeah.
We got 4, or maybe 3 and outs, and 4 got him off the field. When you look at that tape, what were you doing differently?
Just executing, get them in third and long, stopping the run, and then executing third downs and getting off the field. But that was a huge, that was a turning point in the game. You're on the road. Breland Speaks goes out of the game with targeting, and you're down 10 points. And then they get 3 and out, and that gave us a chance to, tie the game and then take the lead. So, credit to Coach McGriff and the defense for getting that done, and that's what you gotta get stops on the road, and that's what we were able to do.
Are you surprised at all with Jordan Tom as he's notable?
Not surprised, because I saw his ability to run was always in practice, and every time we had a scrimmage, and he could throw it. But what you don't know is if he can go out there and do it in a game with the live bullets flying, and he showed that he can. So not surprised at his ability, but maybe surprised a little bit at just how well he's handled the live bullets. I think you can't expect for a guy to go in there at his second start and do that.
The running game appeared to be much more efficient, just from the eye test. Does that have anything to do with Tommy at quarterback versus Patterson? Was there anything differently schematically
No.
you're doing offensively?
It's the same stuff, and the running game was efficient. I think our running backs average around 6 yards a carry. And I think they do have to respect Jordan, but in some of our RPOs, it did create DK's long touchdown, and some of the other RPOs that we were hitting with they're having to put a safety in the box to stop the run. That opens up some of the other stuff. So I thought the run game being not gaudy numbers, but it did open up some of that 383 yards of passing, with being efficient with Wilkins. And I thought Devon Penniman ran really, really hard and made some big plays for us as well.
Who do you have at guard behind Jordan? What would that look like?
Jordan Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jack DeFore is a guy that's been practicing at guard. You can, also we could try Royce Newman there as well. And then there's obviously a chance for Alex Davis to come back as well. So
I'll take questions up top.
Coach Luke, how's the win from last week over Kentucky? How's it boost y'all's team's confidence headed into the last 3 games of the season?
I just think it's good for those kids to feel what it feels like to win, because it's totally different. And I think just getting that feeling is always something that's really positive.
Any more questions, top or bottom? All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, guys.